What's up? Mega 45 here. Welcome back to Course Party Blood Drive. So let's see if we can finish the last two extra chapter. Extra chapter 7 and extra chapter 8. I gotta play this in one blow. Let's do this. I hope it's not that long. Blood Drive extra chapter 7. Last episode we had played extra chapter 5 and extra chapter 6. Extra chapter 5 we talk about Magari researching about the stone to go to the place. Oh, Satsuki-chan. Oh yeah, now we're gonna see some character development for Satsuki-chan. Where did she come from and anyway, I also don't know. But she just suddenly become a character that what? Yeah, you know what I meant is. So it's Satsuki. Satsuki also appeared in Sachiko's birthday if you guys remember. So yeah.
私には幼少の記憶がない。ただ、両親が優しかったのは覚えてる。
It was dusk and the room was completely unlit. It was so dark inside that we could have been entertaining guesses and I never have known it because I never had been able to see them. I felt alone but knew I wasn't and I was determined to get my mom's attention.
お母さん、お腹すいた。
I'm hungry also, Satsuki. Assuming she hadn't moved since the sun had started setting, my mom was probably still sitting at our small kitchen table, leaning her elbows on it and cradling her forehead. This was the third time I do inform her of my desire to eat, and finally this time I could hear her start to move at the sound of my voice. Though this was my home, it had always just felt like an empty void to me. And now it was more than just a feeling. I noticed my voice was echoing a lot more than it ever used to. All of our furniture was mysteriously disappeared, day in and day out. Yesterday was the toaster, the day before was the piano, the day before that was our chest of drawers. And today was Dad. Where had Dad gone? I wonder.
お母さん。
Mom's shadow most likely, she lay out there in a shade of black, only slightly different from the rest of the blackness around me. She extended her arm in my direction.
Satsuki, ごめんね。
Her thought, like the house itself was dark, maybe it just sounded that way because of the general mood in the room. Hopefully that's all it was, I thought.
お母さん、電気つかない。Satsuki, ごめんね。
Suddenly my field of vision shook violently and my surroundings became fleeting by like shooting stars. Flashes of lights were whizzing to and fro as the barely discernible ceiling pattern above me was phasing in and out of existence. The legs of the table I was sitting at began to melt away. I saw Mom's face for a moment and then there was this strange march of frying pans flying through the air. Which was especially strange since we only owned one frying pan. My entire face began to swell and go into convulsions, and my ears were howling and ringing. I could barely hearing anything anymore. The areas under my nose and ears were all wet and cold as well. Was that not earwax? What was I feeling?
Satsuki! ごめんね。
See, whenever this happened, Mom was always hanging back and rest her head for a bit. But would they hug me with the kindest, warmest, most sickening sweet embrace? Would then. That's why I love them. I love frying pans. I love what they represent to me.
ごめんね。これしかないの。
Mom gave me some potato chips. They were exactly my favorite brand, so their flavor was kind of iffy, but it's the thought that counts, right? So that's why Satsuki loves to eat potato chip. Remember? When she with Yuka-chan, she kept eat potato chip. There were cartons and cartons of potato chips bags all throughout our house, and they were all for me. I was the only one who really ate them. I also had my own potato chip, Mr. Potato. And whenever I did, Mom always seems to be a little happier for some reason. So frying pans were my favorite objects, and potato chips were my favorite food.
さつき、3日後あなたに大事なお役目があるのよ。
お役目って何？
喜びなさい。あなたは大司教様の比類ない英知で生まれ変わるの。人間としてワンランク上に上がることができるのよ。
Let me guess. Some people do experiment on Satsuki so that she became a monster. Remember? She ate Mizuto's head.
Satsuki-nu! おいっす！ああ、水原さん。
This was Haruo Mizora. I known her since grade school. I still wasn't sure how to react when someone called out to me though, so I just stared at her blankly.
何？相変わらずあんたってネクラね。たまにはおいっすとかいい返事返してみなさいよ。まあいいや。さつき犬、今週末こそほら、前から言ってたランド行こうよ。週末はダメ。集会がある。
What meeting? You're not adult.
もうそんなもの宗教にどっぷりハマってる親たちに任せればいいじゃないか。本当は行きたいんだろう？
Not really.
ほら、その顔は知ってるんだよ。サツキ犬がランドで買ってきたモッキーのパンツ愛用してること。行きたいけど。親の押し付けなんてスルースルー。やめろやめろ。
Mizana was generally really funny. She had a certain sense of timing about her that made it hard for me not to get sucked in. I didn't usually laugh as a rule, but this girl could really bring it out of me.
まったくもう、子供が親を選べたらいいのに。サツキ犬ももっと明るく健康的にさ。その結構胸もある体で男子を脳殺とかしろよな。プリンプルーン。
What the freak? Later that day, Mizana had gotten into a car accident on her way home from school. Her jaw had shut on impact, preventing her from ever smiling again. Since then, she hadn't come to school a single time. That's just...
あなたがさつきちゃんね。よく来たわ。
That's just... cruel and harsh, said that friend.
偉い。本当に偉い。そんな若い美空で、ものの道理と自己犠牲の尊さを分かってる。素敵よ。
I was brought to this suspicious place through some magic that obviously leaned a bit on the dark side. I remember I was really cold here, since I was wearing nothing but a thin black robe.
目的も分からずに無感動に親の言うことをひたすら聞く。きっととってもいい子なのでしょうね。
This was the headquarters of Matuba's Tom. I was in a row lined with terrifying looking devices, and everyone around me was dressed in similar robes, listening intently, almost passionately to their leader's voice. My mind was a blank slate. I had a slight smile on my face, but I didn't want to make eye contact, so I just focused all my attention on a random piece of floor.
はい、マスターマガリ。うちの子は本当に素直で従順で。
Shut up, Mom.
教団のお役に立てるならば何でもと進んで名乗りを上げました。
あっそ。 それよりお前らは上納金を支払いな。どんだけ滞納してると思ってる。猫正月、汝は自らの意志でその運命を受け入れるか？
I didn't even get an answer. How Satsuki became like that? I gave an empty smile and turned my gaze lazily toward the corner of the ceremony room. Why I saw they gave me a sudden chill, though I did my best not to show it. Sticking out from a massive earthenware pot was Haru's face, thoroughly bloodier and with eyes rolled back into her skull. Oh!
親の押し付けなんてスルースルー。
Streams of drool and bloodlight had stained her lifeless cheek. She appeared very much as if she had literally just been thrown away, like yesterday's garbage.
猫正月、どうだ？運命を受け入れた子らの親は見返りとして教団内で大きな地位を手に入れる。
I still wondering, is Matuba good or Yagora is good? I still wondering. The room felt silent, no doubtly anxiously awaiting my response. I've been trying my hardest to swallow my emotions, but there are just some feelings a person can't suppress, and one of them made its way up from my heart and out of my mouth.
死にたくないです。マガリ様。
It was accompanied by a sudden flurry of tears, and my parents immediately began to show signs of extreme panic on their faces. They looked at me as if I just committed the greatest affront known to man. They were afraid but also disgusted. Their stares were cold and accusatory.
危険にされる実験でしょ？そんなの嫌だよ！
Transformation experiment. Ew! So I was right. They did something to Satsuki that became what? Eating plant. You remember how she ate Misuto's head?
よし。
Alright. This simple affirmative statement was followed by one quick flick of the wrist, and suddenly my parents were now missing the upper halves of their bodies. You killed her, Magari? And flick! It requires almost no effort. My parents each now lay in two pieces, making a squishy, slimy, awful sound as they died.
さつき、その息やよしだ。友達の水原の分も生きろ。あんたは私のもとで暮らすがいい。愛玩動物として飼ってやる。代わりの親もすぐに用意してやるわ。
The ending sound.
では、心霊手術、始めまーす。
I am Satsuki Mizuhara. Oh my! That's how you became that, Miss. You combined with your friend. And I have just been born on this day. Extra Chapter 7, Satsuki's Heart. See you guys in the next episode. Take care.